strategy, how we implement that vision, and the implementation. So those three areas are what I'm going to try and look to cover. And I'll focus more in depth on things like stakeholders and growth and where we sat originally and where we sit now. These are stereotypical unlocked customers. These are the ones who come through our door. No, basically I can't call twist on the tourism industry, but stereotypical customers that come through our door aren't what we've got. We cover the whole length and breadth of anyone coming through any tourist attraction in the UK. So again, we can have the larger Americans taking photos the whole time. We have Japanese, we have foreign language students, we have normal local residents, old, young, kids with single mothers, and any sort of length and breadth of what you can think of in the UK comes to our door. So as a business, it's very difficult to pick one area and focus on it and try and sell to that market. So when I look at setting up a business plan, and when we try and plan the vision that we're going to do, I have to encompass all those people and work out what they want. That is also true for stakeholders. So stakeholders can come from anywhere and can mimic anything. Our customers are our stakeholders. And you guys should see in this sheet, I've kind of got a list of stakeholders, which is on my slide. But we also have outside businesses having an influence on what we do year on year. So, Oxford Council being the main one, obviously just in terms of regulation and stuff, they'll have a massive impact on what we do. Hello, come in, take a seat. We also have a company or a charity called the Oxford Preservation Trust. Now, when you go around, if you go to the site as a whole, set up by a company, or taken over from the council by a company called the Osborne Group. Now, the footprint of the site includes this area. They release that back to the council, and the council the charity leased that back off the council, and then a group called Continuum, which is who I work for, came and managed it. So you can see how the network of stakeholders within this business is really quite diverse. So you've got council doing the high-level stuff, you've got Oxford Preservation Trust trying to do the charitable side, the historic side, the cultural side, and then you've got Continuum, which is my company, trying to manage it as a resource that makes money. And then you've got, on here as well, you've got a Heritage Trust, and you've also got the lottery. So obviously they have a vested interest in taking money forward, so we've got to conform to what they want to see from a grant that they put forward. So a massive amount of stakeholders. When we first set out to put the business forward, the biggest ones were the council and were OPT, which is Oxford Preservation Trust. They came together and the commercial side was developed, but in order to get the lottery funding, they had to produce an attraction. So OPT had a big push on just the history side of it and the stories that we told. So when we opened up, we were very much focused on just presenting to the people local history. And when they came down, the tagline was Oxford Hidden Histories, Water Life. As we've developed, we've had to tailor the experience to match the marketplace. So we've actually tweaked it and changed it, and we've done more sort of theatrical stuff, we've put in more events, we've actually had to produce an environment that actually works with the market rather than just saying, this is what we think they want, we're going to give it to them. They come with, if they come with, if they don't, we don't mind, we're presenting that side of it to a more, like, we need to make money, and therefore we have to tailor the experience to what we know they want. So the development has gone through 6 years of massive change. So again, we'll touch on a bit more of that later. And just going back to the original thing I said actually, just to put it in context, in the half an hour that I'm going to talk to you, you can see how Oxford, or what's happening within Oxford. So think, within the UK, in the next half hour, £2 million will be generated in tourism. £250,000 of that will be spent on heritage attractions. Day trippers, which is another one of our demographics, so customers just travelling for the day, not staying overnight, they'll spend £850,000 in the next half hour. 190 people, minus 10 of you guys, will turn up in Oxford. £10,000 will be spent on the town's attractions, which includes us. And the key one for me, and when we're talking about vision, something that I've got to bear in mind the whole time. Of the last survey done, which I think was 2009, completed figures came through, 2 out of 5 people leave totally happy. So they come to Oxford, they do all that, spend all their money, but then 2 out of 5 leave totally happy, ticking that box saying that was brilliant. Now I need to make sure that this attraction has 5 out of 5 people leaving totally happy. And that's where we have to sort of do our research, pick our vision and make sure that it's tailored exactly to what the customer wants. That's a very difficult thing to do. So how do we do it? Ooh, money. So, as I said before, the key to what we're now trying to achieve, I know it's going to sound a bit crass, but we need to make a profit, we need to make money. So we've got no one giving us a pot of cash and saying, just do what you like, make sure it's kind of nice and culturally relevant and tells a bit of history, and those who come down and get a bit of experience or a different taste of what's going on. The group I work for, Continuum, needs to make a profit. So at the end of the year, I've got to show on the bottom line a positive figure and not a negative figure. So in order to do that, I have to look at these 5 things, plus more, but these 5 things are the most important 5 things. First and foremost is the business plan. Now, I've got a copy of pass around. This is my business plan here that I wrote down. And you guys have probably seen business plans before, but I mean, we're talking about a 30-page document put together between myself, the guys that work on site, my head office up in York, and then we pass it through to the Oxford Preservation Trust and they have a look at it, and we tailor what we're trying to do within the year. This encompasses a massive amount of stuff. So we review last year's figures, we look at how we're going to progress this year, we review the marketing strategy, and the stuff we'll come on to. The key to it is finding that point, that key message, that key thing that for 2012-13 we're going to target our audience with. Now, like I say, when we originally opened, everyone was dressed in prisoners' uniforms. The whole emphasis of the site was we're opening up a prison that was locked for however many years to the public, and they can come down and experience a bit of the castle and then prison life, so they get a view of what's going on. We've had to progress that, and we've moved on. So my business plan this year is much more about events and tailoring our site to making sure that we don't just have a one-time visit, so you come down, I've walked around, I'm going home. We now try and do events every weekend, or big events every holiday period, so we get as many people down as possible who've been before. Okay, so the experience has to grow, has to involve more people and also repeat customers. So that's one thing we don't do very well here, is get people coming back, because once you've done it, you've done it. So key to this year and the future years is actually getting the locals back, because they're going to be very generous for us. I'll go back to my forecast. Portfolio. Again, you guys have probably looked at that. You've looked at how businesses make their core profit. So we make money from tours. So basically, people through the doors, and they get taken around the castle by all of our guides. They get given the history, the experience. That's just not enough to keep the business going. So you have to have a portfolio of products. And now for us, it's not like Ford, who have 12 different makes of car. We need to rely on ancillary spend. So photo opportunities, cafe, the retail spend. And we spend as much time focusing on those 3-4 aspects as we do on the main attraction. So again, into the business plan, there's a lot of work that goes into what the shop sells, how it sells it, and what price, what the cafe serves, the feel of the cafe, the look of the cafe, how we get customers from the attraction into the cafe, and then things like the photo opportunity. So tailoring a product that means that you spend your £9 to go round, do you want to also spend another £6-7 for a photo? So, and again, there's a lot of growth in those areas. Photo op just came online this year, so we're constantly looking for new and different ideas to get people to spend more money with us.
What is the average spend per visit at the moment?
It's about, well, we look at it 2 different ways. We've got the admissions and then we've got the ancillary spend. So we're looking at about £4.30p ancillary spend, and a total of about £5.90 I think it is, or last year it was £5.90. So mixing the £9 top price for adults through to the £4.14p for the language school that comes through.
And has that grown significantly since you've been open?
It's fluctuated because of the numbers we've had coming through the door. It's gone up and down, obviously, and the type of customer affects us greatly. So for example, last summer, we had a massive amount of language schools going through. The language schools don't spend money in the cafe or the shop. They blitz us, they come through, we get 200 in a day, they don't stop. They're on to Esmodian or on to another attraction. So we need more full-paying adults who then stick around, have a coffee, have a tea, and also spend some stuff in the shop. So it goes up and down. When we hit peak periods for the year, everything obviously pushes up, really, and there's more people around and more spending. But the spend per heads don't tend to match that.
Yeah.
Because obviously, so we're looking at how much the total income is for the total number of people. So if we have people who don't spend money, our spend per heads get right.
Yeah.
So,
But they'll understand product portfolio in terms of cash cows, dogs, stars, and question marks.
yes.
So I guess you're looking for
I remember that.
you're looking for lots of potential question marks, I guess, aren't you? Or, and I'm hoping that the cash cows are big enough to
Well,
generate some of that.
It's difficult to put our portfolio into those sort of areas. I mean, again, we've not got, I don't know, I use the Ford analogy, I mean, we've not got a Ford Focus that sells consistently throughout the year for the last 15 years. I mean, you could say, I suppose, on tours of that cash cow.
Yeah.
But again, we're so limited in the number of other things we've got going on that, and the amount of money people have got to spend, that it's difficult to sort of say, this is our cash cow, but also we've got this star on the horizon.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know, yeah, it's difficult for us to focus on creating a massive portfolio of things when we know I've got a static cafe, I've got a static shop, I've got a static tour.
Yep.
I know I've got these 4 or 5 resources at my disposal. Bringing in more tends to dilute the water a little bit more. So budget and forecast. Have you guys studied budgets and forecasts? A little bit, maybe?
We would have done cash flow last year. This year they're more looking at profit and loss accounts and balance sheets.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the budget is obviously what we create at the beginning of the year. So, when we're looking at a 5 or 6 page document that's just Excel driven, broken down firstly by taking last year's figures, looking at how we potentially might increase this year, and then working back month by month, week by week, day by day, in each different area. And then we break it down by the spend, so we look at who's going to the door and how we're going to spend money. So we just produce a big document that is a lovely figure at the end that's hopefully a positive number based on what they're going to spend. And again, our guys in New York, we have a financial team that deals with the stuff. But for me, I'm looking at creating a budget with my team and creating it up in New York, and then forecasting, so revising that figure throughout the year as things change. So we could set our electricity bills, for example, a simple one, but at a flat rate based on what they've told us, but where electricity is going, and it could fluctuate throughout the year, and of course, electricity goes up and more. So obviously we reforecast month on month and try and make sure it's as flat as possible. We have a constant understanding of where we sit and where we will end of the year. If we just sit and look at the budget, possibly completely change all the time we go to the years. And that's the thing I look at most non-stop all the time. We create weeklies, we create monthlies, we do it non-stop. So. Feeding into that is the pricing. This year we put up about £1. Now that doesn't sound like very much, but actually historically it's been 20p, I think it's been. We basically look at how the market's reacting. Last year was an absolutely shocking year for us. So we had completely random numbers and turning up at random times. We were way off budget and then we were suddenly back on it. And then at the end of the year it sort of just tailed off. The economic climate affects us massively. Because of the way Oxford is, there's a lot of free attractions, and largely not many people have much money in their pockets to spend. So obviously we're being one of the paid attractions of Oxford. I go back to my original slide, being Oxford is such a microcosm of what goes on. It's just very difficult to judge. This year's been slightly better, and we took a risk this year and said, look, last year we think it was just a financial crisis that was going, was taking place in not just the UK but across Europe. So we lost a lot of visitors who would have travelled from Spain and from Greece and the like. And we said, right, we know we've got massively good value for money scores, so when people leave, even when we ask them, was it worth the amount of money you spent? And they go, yes. Throughout the last 2 or 3 years, we've had yeses the whole time. 9 out of 10 for each other consistently. So we chucked another £1 on the price, thinking that those who do come aren't going to query how much they're spending because they enjoy so much. We we're not getting